Welcome into WagerTalk TV. We're talking some Big Ten football tonight, boys, alongside Brian Leonard and Tony Finn from WagerTalk.com. We're talking Penn State at Iowa, 7:30 Eastern kick here, 4:30 Pacific on ABC. Mainstream game here, guys. We got Penn State laying 4, up to as high as 5 right now as we're talking. 42.5 the total in Iowa City. Brian, what are you thinking here?
I don't understand the line move. I've been right on for the power ratings on these two teams all season long, and yet I think the wrong team is favored here. Penn State has played 5 games this year. 4 of those games have been at home. The best team they have played defensively is Pitt. Pitt's a decent team. Decent. They've been in the lower part of the Big Ten. Yeah. You know, they haven't really played a real tough schedule. Iowa, on the other hand, just played national TV against Michigan. Actually, they pretty much outstanded Michigan in that game, and they didn't get the victory. I had Michigan last week, so I'm very happy for that. But because they didn't look overly impressive last week, I think people are losing faith in Iowa. This is a team who's played 5 FBS games. They've allowed a total of 44 points. 8.8 points a game for a team playing at home in a night game, catching 4 points against a team who's only played 1 game outside of home. Iowa on the season, this one really surprised me. Iowa on the season, when you look at first downs, they have 54 more first downs than they've allowed.
Wow, okay.
That's 10, 11 first downs a game. This is a team, now granted, they don't have a lot of explosive players, and that's the reason why they scored 3 last week against Michigan, and they're not going to score a lot of points. But they move the football, they take time off the clock, and they keep the other offense off the field, which strengthens their defense. I think the wrong team is favored here. I like Iowa to win this game straight up.
Liking Iowa. Okay, the home dog. Thinking even the wrong team is favored here, Tony. What are you thinking of Iowa City?
I'll play contrary. I disagree. I think Iowa, there's a lot of variables in this that you have to use your imagination or believe, and one of them is I believe that Iowa's going to be hurt. They're hurting a little bit from last week's game. Brian's right. They could have won that game. They didn't win that game. And one of the reasons they didn't win that game is they're much like Michigan, and they just aren't that explosive. In fact, I believe 2 power teams that they've faced, not in Rutgers, I think they've had less than 300 yards of offense in those 2 games. Penn State's outperformed their expectations. However, I don't think that's a bad thing, and I don't think that they're done outperforming their expectations. This is a really good defensive team. They have only played Pitt. Pitt's really the only team they've played, but they did play Maryland. Maryland was a ranked team, and they beat Maryland 59-0.
When Maryland's played anybody of any substance.
Well, no, I'm just saying, you know, I'm saying you can make an argument on both sides of this. My argument is this. If you can get to Iowa's quarterback, and Penn State did it last year, they ran him out of Beaver Stadium. And although the game was closer, I think it was 30-24, 30-27, where it was, we saw how Michigan beat and frustrated Stanley. That's how they did it last week. That's rushing, pressuring, and they gave up 8 or 9 sacks, whatever it was. Guaranteed that this Penn State defense is going to be in the backfield all day. And this is not a game that I don't think it's ridiculous to say I like Penn State by double digits.
Interesting. All right.
I think we're going to have a bet between the 2 of us here.
Might save some juice.
I have a lunch bet, but then we'd have to sit and eat with each other, and I don't think we want that.
All right. Good stuff, guys. Brian Leonard on Twitter at @BLeonardSports, and Tony Finn on Twitter at TonyFinn at WagerTalk. Guys, WagerTalk TV users get $25 in wager bucks added to your account after your first purchase at WagerTalk.com and at SportsMemo.com.